The morning passed quietly, yet something felt wrong. Emily's side of the bed was empty. Normally, she'd leave a small note, a soft good morning or see you tonight. But today, there was nothing. The house felt unnervingly still, as though it were holding its breath. I reached for my phone and tried calling her, thinking she might have left in a rush. No answer. Minutes turned into hours, and with each failed attempt, the weight in my chest grew heavier. By noon, I couldn't stand the silence any longer and called her office. A colleague answered, sounding casual, and mentioned that Emily had left early, saying she had to take care of something personal. The words echoed strangely in my mind. She hadn't mentioned anything like that. Her phone stayed off, unreachable. I told myself little lies to stay calm. Maybe her battery died, maybe she just needed time alone. As evening fell, the house seemed colder, emptier. I paced from room to room, eyes fixed on my silent phone. Desperation finally pushed me to text her. "Are you okay? Please just reply." The screen stayed blank. No response. Only the hum of the quiet house. Then, at exactly 11 p.m., the front door opened. Relief flooded me, but it quickly evaporated. Emily stepped inside, composed but distant. Her eyes met mine with a faint smirk that carried no warmth. "Where have you been?" I asked, my voice trembling. "I've been trying to reach you all day." She didn't seem moved. "You know what?" she said calmly, her tone impossible to read. My heart tightened. "What do you mean?" I asked, watching her move past me into the kitchen. "I just needed space," she replied, her voice light, detached. "I don't owe you an explanation for everything I do." Her words hit hard. For months I'd felt the gap between us widening, secret calls, late nights, vague excuses, but I'd pushed away the doubt, clinging to trust. Now, watching her speak with such coldness, I realized the truth had been there all along. Space to think about what? I asked quietly. She hesitated, then said, "About us. About whether this marriage still means anything." The words hung in the air, heavy and suffocating. My chest ached. "So this is it?" I asked softly. "You vanish all day, and come home just to say you're not sure about us." She said nothing, just tapped her fingers against the counter. Slow, deliberate, like she was waiting for the tension to fade. "Maybe we rushed into this," she murmured after a moment. "Sometimes I lie awake, wondering." I watched her face glow in the light of her phone screen as she scrolled and typed, a faint smile curving her lips at something unseen. I didn't ask what. I couldn't. I was too tired, too drained from holding together something that was already breaking. The next morning, I made breakfast like always. The silence between us was thick, unbearable. Emily didn't take a single bite. She grabbed her purse and said flatly, "I'm meeting someone. Don't wait up." Her tone was sharp, final, leaving no space for questions. Still, a mix of dread and disbelief pushed me to follow. I told myself it was only to ease my mind. Keeping a distance, I watched her drive to the park. She got out, and there he was, a man waiting by the fountain. They talked, laughed, their hands brushing as if the world around them didn't exist. And then I heard it, her laugh. Not the hollow, polite one I'd grown used to, but the real thing. The laugh that once made me fall in love. In that moment, something inside me broke beyond repair. When she came home that evening, I was already at the dining table, calm and collected. "Emily," I said evenly, "I saw you at the park." Her face fell, shock, guilt, fear, all flashing at once. "It's not what you think," she stammered. "Please, just let me explain." But I couldn't. I had spent too long listening, forgiving, hoping. I shook my head. "I've listened enough. I've waited enough. I've forgiven too much." Tears welled up in her eyes as she tried to reach for words. I slid an envelope across the table, the divorce papers I'd prepared earlier that day. "I'm not angry," I told her quietly. "I just want peace." Her fingers trembled as she looked down at the papers. "David, don't do this. We can fix it," she whispered. I looked at her, the woman I once believed I'd spend forever with, and felt nothing but emptiness. You made your choice, I said softly. The moment you smiled at him, you stopped being mine. Then I stood, left the house we had built together, and stepped into the night. Every step felt like shedding a life that no longer fit me. The air outside was cool, the silence finally comforting. Not every ending is cruel. Some are just honest. And for me, the truth was simple. Love can endure distance, fights, and time itself, but never betrayal. That night, I slept alone for the first time in years, and for the first time, it felt like peace.